Alright, you silly fucking cum swapping bastard. I'm gonna basically show you how to improve your stagger game. Let's get right into it. So, when it comes to staggering, first of all, a stagger is basically you incomplete a string and go into a different string, or a poke, or a grab, or whatever. You just don't complete your string and you go into something else. That is a stagger. Well, at least that's what it is to me, right? So I'm gonna show you guys some really good options off your staggers, and this goes for all characters. One thing I like to do, I call it the old dirty bastard. This is simple. Single hits into grabs, they're always really good. It throws everyone off, whatever, right? But here's the thing. I went to a local and I played against a lot of really good motherfuckers, and sometimes that shit doesn't fly. Sometimes you need to think outside the box with these motherfuckers that do this shit like you and play this shit competitively and know their shit and actually know what frame data is. So that's when you need to start thinking outside the box. So one thing that I think is pretty solid that people should definitely start doing is that you throw a stagger, most likely what they are going to do is try to poke you back. And when they poke you back, that's when you grab them. You do a forward grab. The reason why you do a forward grab, because if he were to be downing you, here's the thing about, alright, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this guy just mash and dash. Kung Lao players, they love to do that, right? Just mash like homicidal maniacs, right? So, boom. Hold on. You saw that? His poke is not going to come out in time. You saw that? Look. Poke, poke, poke. That's a free grab right there. So you absolutely need to add that to your game. You need to practice that in practice mode, of course. And always go for a forward grab, because if they're mashing down one, they're going to tech your back throw. So you need to practice that. You need to practice going up just a little bit and grabbing them, because if you do a back grab, they're going to tech your throw. Fun fact. So when you play motherfuckers that mash down one and they tech your throw, it's not that they're good, it's just because that's the button to tech that throw. So doing this, your one hit and being patient and then getting your freaking grab is really fucking good. Another thing that you can do is jump up. You saw that right there? For some characters, if they don't react in time, their shit's gonna mix and I get a free fucking like mix up. I can mix your shit up, I could grab you, whatever. For example, one hit, jump up, and then I get a punish, or I get to mix you up, or I get another grab. So it's like, holy shit, when is this shit really going to fucking end, you know, right? So there's that, right? So be patient, do it, block, wait for them, whatever, right? And there's that, right? So you could do that. Or you could just say simply, just fucking grab them, or just space them out, whatever, right? So there's that. Now, another thing that you can do that I really like to do, let's take this off, right? I'll just put it off, right? Is I do a stagger, right? And then I go into either a down 4 or a down 1. For Scarlet, this is my only option I really have, because her down 4 game is not that great, to be brutally honest. Is I do this, and then I cancel into a special move. So when people do pokes, like either down 1 or that, if you could special cancel into another move that, you know, your opponent will not see coming, like a special move that you can do it, because it will throw your opponent off completely. Like one thing I like to do with Aaron Black, I like to do down 4s into Scud Shot, because yeah, for a bar I'm safe, but it will keep your opponent on his toes. One thing to do with Scarlet is doing this, and they think they're safe, and they're really fucking not. They're gonna get clipped with tongue, and that's that. So, it just makes your opponent second guess themselves whether, you know, to be more patient with you, because it's not their turn. Boom, it's not your turn, buddy. Boom, and you start clipping them just like that. So special canceling from down 1s into what is it, special canceling from down ones and down fours is always really good, or even you're down two, whatever the case may be. Like, for example, one thing I really like to do in this variation of Scarlet is boom, and then go into red mist. So boom, sorry, boom, and then red mist. It's not their fucking turn yet, you know, and just completely throw him off completely. So that's another thing that you can do with your staggers from single hits. It's just your opponent's not going to know what you're really going to do. Your opponent doesn't know if you're going to throw that second hit and then do the fuckery I just taught you, down fours or down ones to special moves, or if you're going to be patient or whatever the case may be. Your opponent does not know fucking shit. He really doesn't. Or you could do this and then step back or dash back, or just see how your opponent reacts to your shit. Like, what is he really going to do? Another thing that I like to do, this is kind of dirty, but hey, fuck it, is you do this down four. Maybe this is not the right character to show this because Scarlet's down four. As time goes on, I'm just not really a big fan of it. But one character I do this a lot with is Aaron Black. Let's put Baraka, the Hourglass. So one thing I like to do, because anti-airs are really difficult in this game, they just are. It's one thing I've definitely gotten better at within time. But for like adding this to your stagger game, it could be the meaning of life or death if your opponent doesn't know shit about anti-airs. Is that, let's say I do this, I poke out, and then boom, I do this. So let me actually show you why this is actually pretty good. So I'll do this, boom, and I'll just jump over, right? What is Baraka really gonna do? What's he gonna try to grab me? He has to fully commit to pressing one of his slow buttons. So like, if he tries doing this, down four, boom, it's just not gonna work for a lot of characters, especially if you get the spacing for it just right. And then you add that, having like down fours into special cancel moves. You could do a down four, be negative, and then jump up, and then get a potential free combo. So boom, like that. Even if you block that, if you try throwing a down one, a down four, a down three, whatever the case may be, shit, even sometimes an uppercut, it's going to miss because there is space in between. Especially if I space him out just right, I get a free fucking combo. It is dirty, but I do this, and it could get the job done. Honestly, it's just you're disrespecting on your opponent, disrespecting your opponent on his frames. It should be his turn, but since there's so much space in between, why the fuck not, right? Honestly, just why the fuck not? Just do this, get your jump punch. Even if he blocks it, what is he really gonna do? So boom, there's space in between. That's just another thing that you can do. Not the best thing to do, but hey, it could get the job done. And that's that. Another thing when it comes to staggers is, like, for example, this is not Aaron Black's best stagger on paper, but it does work. Like, doing this into a grab, that is a very realistic thing to do. But I'm minus 11. Let's say I'm minus 11, right? And let's say I decide to throw this move, which is 15 frames. In 26 frames, my opponent has time to punish me. Brock could full-blown punish me if he has the drop on me. So the best thing to do on any move that is above, I want to say 9 or 10 frames, that is above 9 or 10 frames, is to do either a down 1 or a down 4. One thing I like to do a lot is boom, they block it. Something super simple like that, just to keep them off my back. And there's that. But like a good stagger move, I would say something like this. This is a really good stagger move. I'm +3. I could possibly go boom, boom, and then go into that shit right there. So anything that's below 9, I want to say, or even 7, you can start getting, you know, any fast mid going out, which is like 11 and down. But like if it's like you're like minus, you know, 11, best thing to do is a down 1 or a down 4 into a special move, and to be all honest. So that is definitely one thing to look out for. But if there's anything below, you can go for it. Like, for example, like this right here. I love doing this. Right? So there's that. Like just going to a really fast mid, or even doing 1-2 into a grab. So it's either this. You like any move that's like, for example, this. After this, I can go in for this, or I can go in for a grab because they're just, I'm not that minus. Or boom, down 4, whatever. It's a complete freaking mind game. Or even this, boom, jump up, and they're just not, they don't know what's going to freaking happen, you know. So it just keep it a fucking guessing game. Know your freaking frames when it comes to like moves. If you're like super negative on a move, even if they block it, that's good. Because not super negative, but like, you know, if you're like anywhere like below, I want to say 8, anywhere below 8 is a good stagger move when they block it. Anything that's like above 9 or 10, your best option is to block or throw a down 1 or a down 4, if that makes any sense. Sorry, all these numbers are just fucking making my head hurt, but you guys get the point. So this going into mids that are like 11 frames and down is good. Also going into grabs are pretty good. This that's like minus 11 and up, go for a down 1 or go in for a freaking down 4. But this one could also, you could also get away with grabbing people with this shit, because they're, you know, they're expecting all this shit, but you know, instead they get grabbed. But that's just a risk you're gonna have to take. It all depends on how good your opponent is. So there's that. So yeah, I hope you bastards enjoyed. Holla back. Check you guys later. Deuces.